Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Football Takeover. G Talks Arsenal, your host here at the Football Takeover. I'm joined obviously by Neil, aka Dodzy. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, good man, good. Enjoy. And do you know what? I've actually enjoyed the game tonight. It hasn't been stressful.
Absolutely,
It's been a
absolutely.
weird one, man. It's like they've had what, two shots on target all game.
Yeah,
Defensively solid, attacking wise solid. Even Martinelli's impressed me tonight, mate.
mate. Like I said, we're here for the reaction. Obviously, the game hasn't quite finished. Looks like there's just under a minute left, or we're into stoppage time now. So obviously, in football, anything can happen. But yeah, so far so good. Really, really solid performance. Um, so yeah, I mean, we're just gonna obviously talk through the last stage of the game and then get on to the reaction show. But I mean, what did you make of the starting lineup? Because I saw the lineup at when it came at about 7 o'clock. And I even posted like something on X on the timeline, and I just said like pretty much, what did I say here? I said I was pretty happy with the lineup. There wasn't anything that kind of made me think, or don't really know what Arteta's doing there. So Arteta released the lineup, or obviously Arsenal released the lineup at about 7 p.m. So it was Raya in goal. We had a back four of White, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, midfield three of Rice, Zubi, and Eze, and then a front three of Saka, Trossard, Gyökeres. Pretty much happy with the lineup when it came out.
Yeah, I think it was nice to see Ben White, and I don't think it's by coincidence that Saka's had a good game with
Hmm.
Ben White starting, mate. I just that telepathy between them it just seems to be just works, mate.
Yeah,
I think from my point of view, yeah, I was really happy with it. I think, Eze's. I know Odegaard will be back at some stage, but I think Eze's
mm,
nailed down this number 10 role as well. So yeah,
yeah,
really happy, really really happy, mate.
yeah. No, definitely. I was like I said, I was in. You know what I mean? It didn't bother me at all. Like Ray has just been absolutely sensational. I mean, there's not many teams in world football that can leave out the likes of Timber and Calafiori and then replace them with White and and obviously Hincapié. I mean, that just that just tells you the
Insane.
strength in depth that
It's
we have as a
absolutely
squad.
insane.
Like I didn't even blink, I didn't even bat an eyelid, like
No,
whatsoever. And that is absolutely sensational, like squad depth. I mean, midfield three for me make perfect sense.
yeah,
Obviously, Rice and Zubi in the midfield.
yeah,
And
100%,
obviously in
mate.
Odegaard's, absence, obviously Eze, and we'll obviously talk about his scream a little bit later in the show. I'm glad Arteta picked Saka. I know there's been
Yeah,
a little bit of rumblings in the Discord and on the timeline about
yeah,
Saka, but I'm glad he went on a big night with Saka. Trossard obviously got the nod ahead of Martinelli and obviously Gyökeres through the middle. So yeah, happy days for me in terms of the lineup.
yeah, and
I
I
mean,
think.
what's yeah,
Sorry,
go on.
carry on. No, 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 no. I was just going to say, yeah. I mean, I was really happy. I mean, Trossard as well, maybe getting some minutes in his legs as well. I think he did really well tonight. I
Yeah.
think he's basically done everything but had a bit of luck and scored a goal.
Mm.
Um, Trossard rating from Neil. He's going to get a positive one, Chris. He's going to get a positive one later, mate. I think as a team we've played really well tonight.
Yeah.
We've
This is the first game in a long time that I've
mm,
actually enjoyed our football. I've enjoyed the
yeah,
way we played.
and been
Like
comfortable.
absolutely. Like we started the game well. We took the game to Leverkusen, and by the time we got to the halfway stage of the match, really and truly, we probably should have been a couple of goals, up by
I
half
think we should
time.
have been 4-0 up by
Yeah,
half time, mate.
yeah, we should have been. If we were a little bit more clinical, we would have definitely been winning by about two or three goals at least. And obviously, on a different night, it could have cost us, but obviously tonight it hasn't, which is all good. But we'll definitely need to kind of probably have our more effective shooting boots on in the near future. I mean, there's only really one place to kind of start, really, and that is a goal was
Oh my
absolutely
god, man.
sensational. You know what? Like very few goals this season. Like we've got kind of used to winning,
Yeah.
but the game's done now, full time. Very few goals have got me excited and off my seat like that one did. I mean, that was an absolute beauty. It will go down as one of the best ever Champions League goals scored.
Banger, mate. And like, but it was the lead up of play. But that's what we can do if we get it, if we move it quickly.
100%.
I mean, I'm sorry, man, and I actually love Odegaard, but Odegaard's never going to hit a ball like that. I mean, if their keeper had got in the way, it probably would have put him in through the back of the net as well.
Yeah, literally.
It's so hard. And again, I think, you know, but he had a good game again tonight. You know, his position was better. They were getting the ball into him. His movement, it's just his feints, the way he feints and moves somewhere else. Honestly, he destroyed them, mate. Gyökeres as well.
Literally.
Oh my God, did everything but score a goal. Gyökeres was brilliant tonight. Absolutely.
I think what's beautiful about these performances is that, like, a lot of the players that, you know, the Arsenal fans have kind of stuck with, you know, kind of like through this season. Obviously, Gyökeres is a big summer signing. He's come under a lot of stick, you know, from pundits, media outlets, rivals, even sections of our own fan base. Same with Eze. But a lot of us, you know, we have been critical at times, but a lot of us have really kind of stuck with these players. So I said a while ago, and I know I'm not the only one to say it, but I said a while ago, I think it might have been after the North London derby. I said, like, if we're going to be successful during a run-in, we need top performances, consistently top performances from the likes of Eze and Gyökeres, because they're match winners. Like, that's why we bought them. We bought the likes of Eze and Gyökeres for nights like this, for games like the North London derby, you know, for the title running, for knockout football. And at the moment, and obviously we've got a massive game on Sunday, but at the moment we're starting to see, you know, these players really come to the table, you know, and deliver, you know, on the big nights. Because to score, you know, when you think about the magnitude of the game, you think about, obviously, like, this week's a huge week for Arsenal Football Club. You know, we negotiated Everton. I'll be honest, like, tonight's game, I was nervous about tonight's game. I wasn't like scared or fearful, and I thought, you know what, if we turn up and we play the way we can, I know this is a team we can dispatch. At the same time, they're a decent side. We saw what they did with Bayern Munich at the weekend. We know how defensively they can be good. You know, they have a little bit about them in terms of up front, you know, and a below par Arsenal side could have been turned over tonight, 100%. But I think the way we approached the game, the way we played the game, I just think, like, I can be very skeptical at times, but I'm seeing an Arsenal that I like. That's what I'm seeing. You know, this is crunch time. Massive pressure against Everton at the weekend. We came through. Massive pressure tonight. Again, we came through. Literally, we just got one more job to do. Not one more job for the rest of the season, but one more job for this week to make it a perfect week. And that's to turn up on Sunday.
Do you remember you and I, probably a couple of months back, when we sat there and we said to each other on live, we were like, the only thing I question is the mentality of the players.
Yep.
Well, I'm starting to see that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm not getting ahead of myself here. I'm not saying, oh yeah, no, everything's done, we're going to win everything. But I am saying we are starting to see the mentality of these players now.
Yeah, we are.
And,
I agree.
You know, and I think it leads from, and Dill mentioned it in the comments, Declan Rice again tonight. I mean,
brilliant, isn't it?
That guy, the goal as well. I mean, that's not an easy goal to score.
Not at all.
He's taken the ball on the rise and then running through. He's bent it from outside the post just inside. The goalkeeper didn't even move, mate. So I'm sitting there going, Deckers, that just stop it. It's just naughty, mate. It's completely naughty.
It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Yes, Brenny. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's happening, man? Yeah, I'm okay.
What's good?
All good.
Yeah?
Yeah, are you all good? Okay?
Yeah, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. We're sitting here. I've just got Eberici Eze, you know, looking at the TV. I'm looking at Eberici Eze, who's scoring that banger. Obviously joined by yourself, now joining me and Dodsey. I mean, we're not gonna go back to obviously like looking over the starting lineup, but I mean, what did you make of tonight's performance?
Do you know what? I'm very frustrated. Not with the result, not with the performance. Right? Let me tell you something. It's right. All I've supported Arsenal 43 years, right?
Mm,
And I've always seen teams over the years play a certain way in Europe
yeah,
and play a certain way in the league, and it's usually the same with with some tweaks. You
yeah,
know, Graham tactically was pretty good tactically, and the only time he played in Europe with a really good side was when we
mm,
played in the old European Cup format, and even though we lost to Benfica and we made it to the very first Champions League groups. I don't know if you guys were. I know you all were young at the time, but
yeah.
for example, it was a case of we you go through 2 rounds, 2 legs, and then
Oh,
We lost Brenny. Yeah, I think we lost Brenny. I think he was starting to talk about like 2 rounds, 2 legs. Maybe
yeah,
Brenny will come back. You there, Brenny? No, I think he'll come back.
man.
Um, yeah, I think I'm not sure what Brenny was getting at. I think he might have been going down the line of what I was kind of thinking that he might be hinting at is the difference between how we play in the Premier League as opposed to how we play in Europe.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, what's your take on that? Because my take on it is in the Premier League, every team comes out with a mid to low block,
yeah,
and their tactics, even the top teams, their tactics are to frustrate us.
yeah,
Um, and I think in the group stages, we never really saw that, because I think there was almost like a desperation to get points to climb up the table.
yeah,
Um, I think we definitely saw it with Leverkusen tonight. I think we saw somewhat of it last time we played them. What
yeah,
impressed me, because I'll bring you back, Brenny, in a second, but what did impress me is that Leverkusen came out tonight to frustrate us.
yeah,
And I'll be honest, like, even though they had a mid to low block, and even though it took it as a screamer to put us ahead, we were creating chances, we were making chances. We probably arguably should have been up by a couple of goals before the goal went in. So I don't know if that's what you was getting
Probably
at, Brenny. Was
should have
you
been up. Like,
was you referring to the fact that there is a difference in the way we play between Premier League games and Champions League games?
yeah, and I feel yes, and I feel that we can play the same way because we're
Mhm.
defending well again now. We're
Yeah.
defending well again. What's the harm? What's the harm in you play a side like Bayern Munich at home, you play Atletico Madrid at home, we batter them. Tonight we controlled the game against Leverkusen,
Mm.
right? And what I don't get is so you're gonna then someone's gonna come to you in your backyard like Wolves or Brighton,
Mm.
and you're gonna struggle to play. Yet the
Mm.
football we play today, we can easily go. I don't know what I know. He likes being cautious, the manager, but we can easily just go out there and batter the opposition and still
Mm.
keep it tight at the back.
yeah,
That's what frustrates me because we
Yeah.
are that good. I would
Hmm.
get it if it was if it was 5 years ago under Arteta, then I would
Yeah.
get it.
Mm.
I would get it. You go, yeah, or you go Old Trafford, you go Anfield, and you go over a low block. 4 or 5 years ago, yeah,
Mm.
by all means. But but he should now know the manager should kick himself and basically say, you know what, I could just go out with this squad and just batter everybody, even in the league,
Mm.
because they're good enough. They're good enough. He has to keep telling himself that. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not going to
Yeah.
talk about City now because when we have we'll talk about City when the preview
In the
comes
preview,
up.
yeah.
But guys, it just frustrates me because we were brilliant tonight and everyone put
Yeah.
in a shift.
and you
And
know what?
I feel let's mate.
No. Just on what
Dodgy.
you were just saying there, Brendan,
Yeah.
we said it just before. I was actually comfortable tonight.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
shots on
Me too.
target. the whole game. But we
Yeah.
defended front to back. We didn't make any silly mistakes. I thought Zubamendi looked better than he's looked in the last few games.
Yeah.
He
But
did.
I did think it looked a little bit like we were playing Rice in the 6 tonight, not the 8. And it looked like Zubamendi playing a bit higher than Rice. I know he dropped.
Yeah.
I know he dropped into the pivot every now and then when Rice was going forward, which is what you should do as a pivot. But for me, sorry, my lights were dim there for a second. I was like, "Whoa, it's getting dark."
It's all good, bro.
But yeah, I think from my point of view, I think exactly what you said, Brent. We can play like this, and I wonder if it's because it's now knockout football. Teams aren't just going to constantly play in a mid to low block against us. They're going to have to come out at some stage and play against us.
Yeah, they have to.
And therefore, like Sunday's game, like in the league, I think City will approach the game differently to what they're going to approach it on Sunday, because it is it's a winner takes all game. Anything can happen in the game. So and I hope to God Arteta doesn't play a low block. I think he'll be cautious initially on Sunday, and I know we'll talk about this in the preview. But what I'm trying to get at is, at the stage of where all the games are being played now, even in the league when we're playing against the lesser teams who need points to stay up, or someone fighting for top 6 or whatever, they can't just low block us the whole game. At some stage, they need to come out and play us. You
know what's really impressed me, like in recent weeks, and I said this when we did the reaction to the Mansfield game, and I know it was Mansfield, but Mansfield was like the first game where I kind of saw it, and then I saw evidence of it also against Everton, and I've seen evidence of it tonight. And it's about special moments. It's about having players that can change a game in an instance. And we've always known we've got the quality. Like, when we actually think, it's like, I kind of get what Brenny's saying, because it's like we're seeing these players, the likes of Gyökeres, the likes of obviously Eze. These are players that, albeit in the Portuguese league, Palace with the FA Cup run, these are special players. And what I saw in the Mansfield match it wasn't the greatest performance, but it was 2 moments of brilliance. What we saw against Everton, again, we had Dalman come on, an absolute brilliant cross out of nothing, and then an absolute phenomenal run. Again, moments of brilliance. Tonight, again, we've seen 2 marvelous strikes from both Eze and Declan Rice. And this, for me, is what has been missing in the season. It's like the performances, it's good to have consistently good performances. 100%, I completely agree. But what I haven't seen are those kind of magical moments. But in the last couple of weeks, I'm starting to see evidence of that, because that's what we have in our locker. Everybody knows we can defend. Everybody knows we can score from set pieces. Everybody knows that we can control the ball, move it side to side, dominate physically, etc., etc. But what I've seen a lack of throughout the season is these magical moments, these moments that get you on the edge of your seat, these moments that make you scream out, when they score a goal. And I'm really, really optimistic that now we're starting to see it. We saw it in Mansfield, we saw it against Everton, we've seen it again tonight. You're not always going to be able to engineer like the perfect goal or the perfect set piece. And in football, this is why we love the sport, and I think to a certain extent, this is why Arteta does sometimes come under unfair criticism, is because everything is so structured, everything is so rigid, everything is so robotic. And I don't know whether that is actually Arteta's fault, because at the end of the day, I think if these players can continue to provide these moments, I think what we've got is the perfect balance. Because we've got a team that is so difficult to beat and defend so well. But then if you've got the players like Rice and Eze and Madueke and Saka and Gyökeres that can come up with these moments of brilliance, I mean, we are gonna be one hell of a force for the rest of the season and going into next season, because that's what you want, really. I don't want I don't want this Arsenal team to change in the way how they're structured, in the way they defend, in the way they score set pieces,
Yeah.
in the way they physically dominate games, the dark arts. I don't want that to change. But what I do want is I want a bit of flair. That's
Yeah.
what I do want. I want a bit of flair. And I'm not saying for us to go back to the Wenger tiki-taka football, because it's not always the most effective. You can play a team off the park, you can still lose. But I want us to keep that physicality, keep that still, keep that set piece, keep that dominance, but then provide these moments. And I'm seeing more and more of these moments, and it really does please me. So I get where you're coming from, Rennie, in terms of that frustration, because it is annoying when you see your team go out there and drop points from really dominant positions, and then all of a sudden you see them turn up tonight and put in a really good display against a really polished side, a really defensive side. So we have it in our locker, we're capable of it, and I think that's where the frustration has come, because we know what this squad is capable of. So it's just about whatever they're doing, fine tuning it and getting that balance. Because, like I say, none of us are sitting here complaining about about the fact that the lack of goals that we concede. We don't want to concede goals. We want to dominate set pieces. We want to dominate the physicality, in the middle of the park, and do all that. At the same time, we want moments that get us off our seats. That's what we want. Because we still want to appreciate the beautiful game. And tonight was absolutely sensational. I mean, I spoke to Neil, aka Dodsey, with regards to that Eze goal. I mean, what did you make of that Eze goal, Brenny? It was absolute. I mean, I've not seen many better strikes of the football in my life, really, having watched football for so long. What did you think of it?
So, it was an incredible strike for one, and it's just like, it was like just in a couple of seconds, and you know what? It was like in Eddie Murphy Raw, when Eddie's talking about a time when someone punched him real hard, and then his conscience said, "What was that?" And that's exactly what it was. You know what I mean? It was like, wow, it was an incredible strike, and that's what he's capable of. And you see, when you just mentioned, G, about moments, we've got players who it's oh dear. You know what? After the banter that Liam Senior got. I mean, with the pen and all that, and Enrique's probably saying big head.
Yeah.
Trust
me, bro.
But,
you're talking about Brenny and what he thought of the Eze goal. And in the chat, I was like sat there, and obviously Brenny, for some reason, clearly gets goals happen before I do on my TV. Because he's first saying, "Oh, we're scoring a goal," but I hadn't even seen it, and this is what I heard.
Oh, mate, yeah. So no, but what just quickly, what I was going to say, add to what you said as well, G. You see, when it comes to when we always talk about opposition going with a low block here in any competition, right? I don't worry about that, because we have the players that can deal with that. And I would say when you're defeating a low block, it's either you can score, and it's like what Doddsy said in the chat, and I totally agree. Always is when you got to move that ball quicker.
Yeah,
you got to move that ball quicker, especially if you're going to hit someone on the break, right? Some 1-2s, and then you get individual brilliance, moments of magic. That's how you defeat low blocks.
Yeah.
So it just opened up the goal.
Ooh, yeah, I think it helped tonight that Leverkusen played a lot of the ball. Because I noticed, I mean, when I don't know what the official stats were by the end of the game, but at one point in the match, I mean, they had 70% possession.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't remember if that was a section of the match, or whether that was. Yeah, I don't know. I think it might. Was it the second half? Does he? Yeah. So I think sometimes that. I think it definitely is to do with the opposition and how sometimes they approach the game that helps us. I don't know whether it's fatigue. I don't know whether it's complacency, but I completely understand what you're saying. It's like sometimes our performances have been quite chalk and cheese at times. We play like tonight, like me and Doddsy were saying before you came on the show. Like, I genuinely enjoyed tonight's game. Like, even before we got the Eze goal, like we were playing really well. We were playing fluid football. You know what I mean? It wasn't like prime Barcelona or anything like that, but you know, we were going forward. We were creating chances. Arguably, should have been a couple of goals up, and then the Eze goal was just an absolute peach. But it was nice. We were comfortable defensively, but we offered something up front. Do you know what I mean? There's so many times we sat here and gone, oh my God, we haven't had a shot on goal in 45 minutes, or we've only had two shots on target in 90 minutes. That's what I enjoyed about tonight's game, is that defensively we were absolutely sound, but yet when we went forward, we looked like we could carve them open. We looked like we were going to score. And I think really and truly, that's all Arsenal fans are asking for, is just that balance of looking good and being good defensively, but also being exciting when we're going forward. Because let's face it, we've got the players. Dodsey.
Mate, I'm telling you now, have you guys also noticed that Eze seems to be playing with a bit more freedom, a bit more...
Yeah.
He looks more relaxed on the field. He looks like...
Yeah.
I don't want to say it. It's a bit dirty, but he looks like the Crystal Palace Eze that we bought.
He does.
And I'm
does.
thinking, is that because Arteta's actually turned around and gone, you need to go and do your thing, mate. Go and play your football. What you do on the field, because clearly I'm trying to make you do something that's bringing your football down. Or is it the fact that he's getting the minutes that he needs? Eze to me looks like a flow type of player. Once he gets into that rhythm, he then starts to play the ball. I mean, some of those turns he was doing tonight, I stood there and I was like, oh man, this is like prime Eze. Some little nicks through to Gyökeres, and I think him and Gyökeres have got an understanding now. They're on a level, and you know, Gyökeres again. We talk about Eze. Gyökeres for me tonight was superb. It was brilliant. The only thing he did was score a goal.
Yeah.
You know, I thought he was phenomenal. You know, guys, and we still don't have our captain. We still don't. Kai Havertz hasn't played again.
Yeah. I know, it's crazy. It's just nice to see that. Like I said it a couple of weeks ago. I said, in order for us to finish this season strong, we need our offensive players to come to the table. And there's no surprise that we're sitting here quietly content. And what we've seen a good game from Gyökeres. We've seen an improved Saka with White playing at right back. You know, we've seen Eze, you know, come to the table. You know, Rice has got that magic moment in the game. You know, even Martinelli coming on looked half decent, and a lot better than he's done in previous games. So yeah, I don't think as Arsenal fans we've been overcritical of the side. I just think we're happy winning, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you at the end of the day, we watch football with our eyes, and we know it's a results business, and the most important thing is results. At the same time, we do still want to enjoy games, and tonight's game I thoroughly enjoyed, and the only thing I can put it down to was the fact that we attacked equally, if not better, than we defended. The defense was astute as always, but what I enjoyed was that when we went forward, we had pace about us. We had a vigor about us. We looked as though we could score at any point in the game. Whereas so many games I've watched, and I thought to myself, oh my God, we look so great at the back and we look so lackluster up top. We look absolutely toothless, and then somehow we find a goal and we win it. Whereas tonight, it was like, when are we going to score? You know, we've got one. It seems inevitable we're going to get two. We might even go on and get 3 and 4. At no stage, once that Eze goal went in, I was completely relaxed. Completely relaxed. Up until that point, I was a little nervous, not because we were playing badly, but just because I thought that the keeper might have a Buffon evening, because he was playing really, really well. But I think the Eze goal took the complete stuffing out of him, and then after that, the defense looked comfortable the complete evening, and then it just seemed at that point it was like, okay, how many are we actually going to get? We're going to be joined by Coach Ali. What's going on, bro?
Coach.
Yes, boys.
So,
How are you?
So what you saying? You outside the stadium, yeah?
Yeah, just at the train station with a good friend of mine who brought me to the game. So yeah, it was a good game, man. Solid game. Like I said in the comments, I don't think we got out of third gear, to be honest. and
But it was
I was
enjoyable.
hoping, like you boys said a little bit earlier, I was hoping for
It
them
was
to grab
comfortable.
more of the ball,
Yeah.
and that helps us on the counter and in playing into
Absolutely.
big spaces.
Yep.
Mm.
No, it's good, man. It's good. I mean, what you were saying earlier, obviously in our stream earlier in the week, is like this is a huge week for Arsenal Football Club. You know, we've negotiated the Everton game. You know,
Yep.
we've taken Leverkusen out quite comfortably, and
Yep.
obviously all eyes, you know, from tomorrow morning onwards is going to be ahead of Sunday. Is obviously
It's all about
the
cup
cup
final.
final,
Yeah.
which is going to be absolutely massive. I mean, what we're going to do is before we get on to, because I don't know how long you're going to be with us, Coach.
Literally
But
3-4 minutes, boys.
yeah, but just
I'm just waiting for the
give me your
train.
thoughts. Just give me your thoughts summarizing the match. So the match, obviously, the 2 goals by Eze and Rice,
Oh,
and just
outstanding finishes, lads.
any top performers in terms of players.
Yeah, I think in Capi, I thought Eze was good. I thought Victor Yoko was very, very good. Very good with his first touch, laying the ball off, driving into the channels. Who else played? Declan Rice sweeping up in that midfield. Lost a bit of momentum when Zubimendi went off and Norgard came on. But you could tell Norgard was a little bit nervous, but he done his thing, man. It was solid. We got the clean sheet. Raya had to make a save at the end, which was a bit frustrating for me.
save.
But world-class save. Just a solid, outstanding performance. I think most of the boys, you're probably going to rate most of them 7, 8 out of 10 this evening. And it was nice to see Mars Skelly get a couple of minutes in midfield. But yeah, we controlled it. We made them come out. We ran into the channels. I think Saka had a better game because of that. It was more one-on-one play rather than
Ben White made
2,
the
3
difference.
players on one guy. So all in all, solid performance. I think Eze's fine. He went down straight away, but he was walking around clapping with the lads at the end.
Nice.
And yeah, no ice on his ankle or anything like that. So he should be ready for Sunday. It's a good
And
warm up,
Coach-
good tune up.
And coach, just for you, mate, I'm going to say it now while you're on air. I thought
Go on.
Martinelli did all right when he came on as well.
It's like I said with my friend Olivier. At least he's good at running.
Yeah.
So he done that.
Nice.
So it's all good.
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Listen,
So it's
boys, I'll leave you, boy. What's that, G?
Yeah, no, it's like I don't know if I've actually got the slide. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my phone. I can't. Yeah,
He's
I'm
got to
gonna
go
get my
through the
phone.
11 now.
And what
Player
I'm gonna do is
ratings.
I'm gonna go through the 11, and we're obviously just gonna talk about it. And then what I will do is I will also bring up the Arsenal post with regards to substitutions, because there were quite a few.
Yeah, we made all 5 in the end.
Yeah, as they all kind of went along. So let me
Yeah.
scroll down to. So obviously, how long have you got with us?
Probably a couple of minutes.
Okay, well you can kick us off with
Come
Ryan
on.
goal.
Yeah, I'll give him a solid 8 out of 10. Good distribution, time wasted at the right times. Referee gave him a little nudge at times, and it was an outstanding save at the end. So for that clean sheet, that was there's not many goalkeepers that would have stopped that. That was going top bins away from him. He's always alert, always ready to make the save. And that's what a world-class keeper does. So quiet in a game, and then boom.
And then boom.
And
when you need
yeah,
him, he's there.
It's not Almunia.
Yeah.
It's not Almunia in goal. So it's all good. I give him a solid 8 out of 10.
No problem. Brenny, you got White. Obviously, White coming in at right back for the injured
Oh,
keeper.
he played well.
Yeah, what did you make of
brilliant
his
today?
performance, Brenny?
Brilliant. Well, for someone who supposed to not be didn't look match fit, he looked match fit to me.
Yeah, he was sharp.
He gets 8 out of 10. I love the way he gets himself about when it comes to off the ball positions, wherever he is. His movement is, I've said, it's always better than anyone else in that in the you know what I mean. And the link up with Saka, that understanding, that's one of the reasons why I thought Saka even played well today than recently. Because he has a better understanding with White than he does with Timber. You know what I mean? So 8 out of 10 for Ben White.
No problem. Dodzy, you've got Saliba. I mean, I don't know if he's got I don't know if he tunes into the shows, but I think he heard Geeks talk about this aerial. heard you and Geeks talk about this aerial thing, because all of a sudden, this guy's an absolute beast in the air. Yeah.
Man-
So,
the
what
man's
did you
been-
make of
the man-
Saliba's performance?
The man's been taking some notes because
Yeah, man.
he's obviously got better. But no, solid performance, mate. I thought he was solid, mate. Absolutely solid performance. I thought he was, he played well. He played well. I liked it. So, because I want Ali to do another one, I'm gonna quickly get the rating. I'll give him a solid.
No problem. You got Big Gabby, Ali.
Well, Big Gabby, leader on the pitch, organising the defence. I'll give him a solid 7 out of 10. Obviously, don't need to mark him too high. He didn't have much to do, to be honest. Just marshal the troops. Very good from set
Probably
pieces.
should have got on the score sheet. To be fair.
My God, we had quite a few chances in that first half.
Yeah.
Trossard particularly frustrated me with his finishing, but 7 out of 10 for Big Gabby.
No problem. Brenny Hincapié coming in for Calafiori at
this
the
guy.
weekend.
Love this guy, man.
Sensational.
Love this guy.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
This guy, and Bobby was raving on about him last season.
Warrior, man.
I'll tell you, he gets a 9 out of 10 for me. He made some important blocks today. There was one in particular as well in the first half that went out for a corner. And I tell you what, that was just, he was everywhere today. Defense, he helped out in attack. He's a must start on Sunday.
I agree. Big pitch as well.
Yeah.
Wembley.
Calafiori. Don't diss my man Calafiori because he scores
hard, man, isn't it? Like picking
he needs to stay fit.
and
That's what he needs to be.
Picking between Calafiori and Hincapié is no joke. I mean, that is what you call a selection headache. Like, that is serious, man. Serious. But it's a good problem to have.
That's migraine territory for Arteta, man. So,
like
migraine territory.
Top players. Well,
listen, they're elite players, boys. They're elite players. Hincapié, fantastic. Look, it's not even been the first. It's his first season in English football. It feels like he's been here for 5 years.
Yeah, same with Zubi, man.
And he's a leader in his own right. He's a leader in his own right. He's putting his arms everywhere as well, a bit like Big Gabby. So it's quality. Indeed.
We'll permanently sign him.
Someone just reminded me he's the captain of Ecuador, like I didn't know.
There you go. There you go.
Coach knows.
You got Rice.
Declan Rice. Oof.
Oh my God! What a man! What a player! He's a 10, mate. He's just so good, isn't he? He's everywhere.
So
at one stage, Hincapié stepped up. Declan Rice was playing at
left back. Yeah, he was.
Going, what are you doing? Stop it! You're going to give yourself issues, but he doesn't. And he's just he's bold as well.
Outstanding first touch.
Take the ball, he did. The way he took it to move on to it, to bang it outside the post, bend it from outside to inside the post. The keeper just looked at it, and we're talking about a keeper that made 9 saves in the first half.
Yeah, he did.
10, mate.
Yeah.
I no more good words to say. He's just a 10.
Yeah. He's absolutely sensational. Breaking up, playing his own box, to score an absolute screamer at the other end. I mean, that just sums up Declan Rice.
The beauty that we have with this is we've played on Tuesday, so we get an extra day's rest in terms of to get to Sunday. And with Man City going down to 10 men, their legs would have been worked.
And Man City
definitely. Yeah, and obviously shout out to the Chelsea fans. Shout out to the Man City fans. Our thoughts are with you.
Yeah, hope you're sleeping well tonight.
We got Mr. B laughing in the background here. He's smiling away. That was a good one.
Hey, lovely stuff, man. Listen. You go to bed. You go to bed. And remember, when that draw is made, your name's not in it, baby. Your name's not in it.
And say the whole process.
They can come back on our channel when it's the transfer show.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all they'll be coming on for.
When we fight Ireland,
end of season analysis.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, Coach Ali, before you go, give us your thoughts on Zubi.
Yeah, outstanding. Massive difference when he went off the pitch. It was a good half an hour that he got off. He needed that, and that'll put him in good stead for Wembley, to be honest. I'll give him. We gave Declan a 10, right?
Yeah.
So I'll give Zubi a 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
very good performance. Looked like he was back to his best.
Yeah.
I was saying this to Mr. B earlier. I think certain players they're looking to peak for this week, and if you've noticed, we're simmering. I know
This
we've
is
got
what
the
I said.
big
Mansfield,
one this
not
week.
yeah. You're starting to see it,
Exactly,
like
Mansfield,
Mansfield,
Everton,
Everton. There, you're
Leverkusen
seeing them
starting to play
special
a bit
moments.
quicker.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Eze outstanding, a little bit lazy and lazy, a bit more too chilled at times, but very slick in the Eze. So
Yeah.
I won't score him, but he had another good game. Confidence is starting to go into the players that we signed into summer. They're starting to come
Yep.
good at the right time, you know, in the season. So listen, boys, it's a pleasure to be on for as long as I have. I'm going to go
Pleasure,
chill with
man.
Mr. B now.
Yeah, the
And
pleasure's ours,
yeah,
bro.
enjoy the rest of the
Yeah.
show, yeah? And I'll
Safe
see you
journey
boys
home,
soon.
Yeah,
mate.
bro.
Take care,
Safe
man.
journey home, yeah?
Take care. God bless.
Take care. Hold
God
it up,
Bye-bye.
man. All the best. See you
Love,
Brenny,
love.
you have the pleasure of talking to us about the Eze performance and giving him a score out of 10.
Yeah, he's not. He was great tonight, but he's not getting a 10.
Yeah.
But for me, it's put your fingers down, man.
To show you my cut. I'm showing you my
Yeah,
cut,
man.
mate.
It's like the Americans say, "This is my, like the guy on the wire. This is my shit." You know what I mean?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Isaiah Whitlock, man. He was a legendary actor.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm not even gonna put on a Clay David's voice actually to put to rate this player. So I could do it, but I ain't gonna do it. Nah, for me, he gets a 9, and it's not just a goal. It's not just a goal. It was just everything in terms of the building up play, the attacking play. Looked good. It looked good. Like, we had shape. We had every time we was going forward, it looked like we could score. And it was at the front of that. It could have been him. It could have been Declan Rice. It could have been Saka. There was one time I thought he was actually going to play the ball to Saka, but in the second half, but he basically took the opportunity himself, and it didn't come off. Nothing came off that, but yeah, he showed that. What was so satisfying seeing him score that goal. It was an Arsenal fan, that scored that goal tonight.
Yeah.
I know it meant the world. It meant the world to him as a
It really
fan.
did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So 9 out of 10.
No problem. I think that's absolutely fair. Dodgy, you've got Saka.
I have been very critical of Saka recently, and rightfully so, in my opinion. But I thought he looked a lot better tonight. It's so hard for Saka, man. Like, he still doesn't seem quite right. Some of his touches. I mean, bearing in mind this guy was taking balls, crossfield balls, down and padding them with one touch on the ground. And some of the touches I see him playing now, I think to myself, mate, what are you doing? Like, that's not you. But tonight, I thought he looked dangerous tonight. I thought he was going inside, outside. I thought he looked dangerous. And I agree with Brenny. I think Ben White just gets it with him. Wavelength.
Yeah, there's a chemistry. Yeah, there is.
100%. And I think, and this is not me dissing Timber, because I think rightfully so, Timber is probably our starting right back if he's fit.
Yeah.
But I just, I sometimes see Timber and I see him going too much inside the field, and I'm thinking maybe taking the space of Saka. Where Saka likes to run. He likes to kite on his left foot and run in and take a shot. But a lot of the time I find that Timber's actually in that position. So he's now not created that space. He's actually closed that space off. So, yeah, I mean, for me, Saka was I think for me, I'll give him an 8 tonight, because I thought he was good. I thought he was really good.
Yeah. No problem. Brennan, you got Trossard. Interesting one, this.
Yeah, because
it is. It's the. Tonight was the best game I've seen him play in 2 months. I thought he did everything. The only thing he didn't do today was score. I know he had some chances, but I thought all round his work rate I thought was really good. He put himself about a bit, and that's why I'm gonna rate him. I'm gonna rate him 8 because it weren't just about the chances that he had and whatnot. It was
Mm.
about, for once, I saw him working hard, and that's what I want to see from him. We all
I
want to see that from him
Mm.
because he's not worked hard in recent weeks. It's like he's thinking, "Damn, we're in for a possible quadruple, and what am I doing here? I just can't be asked." That was the
Yeah.
attitude he was going with. So 8 out of 10. Hopefully, if he does start, if he features on Sunday, I wanted to make a big contribution because you have probably heard myself and Bobby say over the years, when Trossard has a really good game, we normally win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with him. So yeah, 8.
Yeah.
No,
No problem. Yeah, and then obviously, Neil, aka Dodzy, for you, you've got Gyökeres. I thought Gyökeres was brilliant tonight.
I thought Gyökeres was
Yeah.
outstanding.
Yeah,
I thought
brilliant tonight.
agree. I just thought he looked up for it tonight.
Looked
He
strong, looked fit.
strong.
Mhm.
His touch was a lot better. I mean, God, I remember. I remember a few. I remember a few months ago, we were all sitting there, oh my God! Like, look, every time he touches the ball, it just
bounces off of him. Yeah,
it bounces off of him. I'd like him to be a bit stronger against the fullbacks. Challenging. There was a few times where I was like, "Come on, dude, put your shoulder in there. You're a big lad.
Yeah.
You're a big lad. You're not small. You're a big lad. Put your shoulder in there." So from my point of view, I thought he had a great game. And that little run where he twisted Matey up, went to the byline, crossed it, and we scored, but obviously it came off Kai's hand into the goal. I thought he had a few moments like that. And he actually gets us a lot of corners as well from his little drive runs and kicking.
Yeah, and he does.
So, for me, I'm going to give him a 9 tonight because I thought he was really good. I thought he was solid. Apart from scoring, he would have got 10 scored a goal.
Yeah.
I thought he was solid. Absolutely solid.
Yeah, good overall performance. Would have been nice, obviously, got on the score sheet. Obviously, we saw, and we're not going to go through kind of each substitution. On the 69th minute, we saw a flurry of substitutions. We saw Norgard come in for Zubi, Mosquera for White, Martinelli for Trossard, and then obviously Havertz for Eze, because he seemed to go down with an injury, but fingers crossed he looks okay for Sunday. And then late on in the game, we saw obviously Lewis Skelly get some minutes. So I'll come to you, Brenny. I mean, did any of without going through each, because it feels a little bit pointless going through, because for me personally, I wouldn't say any of them had standout performances or the game was won by the time they'd come on. But did any of the substitutions, I mean, were you pleased out of the 5? So we got Norgard, Mosquera, Martinelli, Havertz, and Lewis Skelly. Particularly pleased to see any of them get some minutes, and secondly, any of them impress you when they came on?
I was pleased to see Mosquera come on because I know Ben White, after his injury problems and everything else and fitness levels, we didn't. Well, I don't think any of us would think that he'd complete 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And Martinelli coming on. I probably would have kept Trossard on. And the reason why is because I was just impressed with Trossard. I thought he needed a 90-minute game because he was playing really well. You'd take him off if he's playing poorly. But I wouldn't have brought Martinelli on. I'd have saved Martinelli for, he'd probably have a cameo on Sunday in the cup final because I'm not too sure if he'd start the cup final. I'd be very surprised if he does. So I didn't really get that one. The MLS one I was happy with.
Yeah.
I was happy with that. But I did get why Gyökeres did not want to come off because I think he was enjoying himself. He was probably thinking, well, I'll play well, and all that's missing is a goal.
Yeah.
But MLS, I would have actually taken off Declan Rice because I thought we were so comfortable. The game was wrong.
Yeah.
The game was wrong. I would have taken off Rice and think, right, Rice, you've been outstanding today, 10 out of 10 performance. We'll get MLS on for you, give MLS minutes, and then we can now think about Sunday. So I would have kept. Yeah, I would have kept on Rice. I would have taken Rice off. And I wanted to see I wanted to see Saka come off as well. Thinking about Sunday. You know what I mean? And I probably would have bought Gabriel Jesus or not Max Dowman, because with Max Dowman, you just know if he cameos in that cup final on Sunday, which I'm sure he will, because Man City would not. Man City, I know they've lost tonight, but they wouldn't want to be up against someone like him. So yeah. But other than that, they weren't bad substitutions. So that's just my take on it.
Yeah, I'll come to you, Dodzy, but just before I come to you, what I'm also liking, what I'm seeing is Arteta seems to be a little bit more forthcoming with substitutions. There's so many times I've watched Arsenal play in the past.
Finally.
And I feel like we're in winning positions. I feel like the game's won, or I feel like things need freshening up. And all of a sudden, again, last couple of games, like we spoke, he got a big kahunas to bring Dowman on, 0-0 against Everton, 80 odd minute. And then tonight we got the second goal, the ties won. You see a flurry of 4 substitutions all at once. It's exactly what was needed, because we're replacing literally quality with quality. I think Ali McCoist even mentioned it. The commentator spoke about the number of changes, and he went, "Yeah, but look who's coming on. Like, you're bringing on literally almost like for likes in terms of quality, of players."
Right.
So I just before I come to you, Dodzy, on that is something, again, as much as I'm enjoying seeing more offensive and magical moments, which I've been crying out for all season, I'm actually enjoying the fact that Arteta seems to have taken off the handbrake a little bit in terms of substitutions, making the changes when we're sitting at home going, right, ring the changes. And he seems to be right now singing from the same hymn sheet. So again, big up. We'll get onto the Arteta review after I hear from Dodzy with regards to substitutions. But that for me was another big plus tonight. More magical moments, and definitely substitutions at the right time. So I'll come to you, Dodzy. Obviously, we're not going to go through them all individually, but we saw the flurry of substitutions. We saw the 5 players come on. Were you pleased that any of them came on in particular to get some minutes? And do you think any of them performed pretty well? Maybe stake to claim for a start on Sunday?
I mean, yeah. So I'm glad Martinelli came on to give Trossard a rest. I also don't know if anyone see, but Trossard sort of had a bit of a limp when he got tackled on the sideline.
Yeah.
So and again, I think it proves all of our points. I don't think we see much of Martinelli on on Sunday. I think you're going to be more along the lines of Madueke, as he's saving him. Kai, has he not played? Maybe because we've got one eye on Sunday. But I think coming on, it was nice to see Norgard. I think I agree with Brenny. I think he looked a bit nervous. It was nice that he got some minutes. I actually, obviously, I would have liked to have seen Max come on for 10 minutes for Saka, or Noni for 10 minutes for Saka. I think I would have liked Saka to get a break before Sunday, because he will play Sunday. It's inevitable that Saka.
Yeah, he will. He will.
But yeah, all in all, I thought, look, we got Zubi off the pitch. He needed a rest. Bring someone else on. Ben White got valuable minutes in the game. Take him on, probably on managed minutes, anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought all the substitutions were right. I think Gyökeres is going to play a big part on Sunday as well. Unless he's thinking of starting Kai up front, who knows? Bringing Gyökeres on as an impact striker, don't know. But I think, I was happy. I thought Arteta got it right against him. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. He seems to be getting it right in the last 3 games. He seems to be getting it right.
Yeah.
And our substitution, our bench is just insane, man. Like,
it's so good. Gotta use it, man. Gotta utilize it.
Oh, mate, you look at it and you think most of those guys are playing in the top 5 of every other Premier League team.
Yeah.
So I thought subs were good. I thought they were all good.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of credit here, and I mean, this kind of brings us on to the Arteta review. I think seeing him, and this is nothing against Saka, seeing him hook Saka on the 60th minute, seeing him bring on Dowman to win us the game, seeing him bring on 4 substitutions on the 69th minute. I mean, that for me is a shift in tactic and mentality, because he wasn't doing this throughout the season. There is no way anybody can tell me, oh, you
I
know,
agree.
you're talking rubbish. Arteta was doing this. I remember sitting down watching game after game after game, thinking, right, we need to freshen things up. Saka needs to come off. You know, try Dalman. You know, ring the changes. And what I'm seeing in the last few games is, like I said, you know, even before the Dalman, to take Saka off at the 60th minute, that was something that I thought was unthinkable with Arteta. And I remember I was watching the game, and I literally said to my daughter, and I said to one of my mates, I said, you don't often see that, because you don't often see Saka get hooked in games where big players, not just Saka, but big players for us are not performing. You don't see them. Arteta usually just leaves them on the pitch, even though they're not having a good game. So that was nice to see. Dalman coming on against Everton and winning us the game. That was nice to see. Tonight we get the second goal. He brings on 4 players to replace 4 players that are playing. That was good to see. So for me, I'm gonna do the Arteta review. I think the lineup was really, really good. Obviously, there's always a bit of a toss up between Martinelli and Trossard, but I had no issues with the lineup. I was pleased with the lineup. I think we played well. We played better than we have been playing in recent weeks. Offensively, we looked completely comfortable defensively, but offensively, I saw an improvement in the performance. We looked like we could score. We looked like, we looked a much faster, more threatening side going forward. I thought the substitutions, when he made the substitutions, it was absolutely spot on. I wasn't entirely happy with the subs he made. I think, like you both said, I think he could have maybe withdrew Rice. He could have maybe potentially withdrew Saka, but that's the only thing I can really, and that's almost like clutching at straws, really. So for that reason, I'm going to give him a 9. I thought the lineup was good. I thought the performance was good. I thought the substitutions came at the right time. I just had a little bit of a issue with who he subbed, but other than that, I thought it was an absolute stellar performance from Arteta. So I'm giving him a 9 out of 10. Dodzy, what are you saying?
Yeah, I basically don't think I really have anything else to add to that. I agree wholeheartedly. In my head, I was going to go for a 9 as well. I've given him a lot of criticism this season. I've criticised him, and there are times where I've proper gone in on it. But in fact, in the last 3 games, he's really changed my opinion massively on what he's trying to do. But I always thought this business end of the season, I've always thought, is he going to take the handbrake off of these players a little bit?
I remember you saying that, yeah.
Because actually, it's almost like cup final game every week, and I think he knows that we've got the quality to do it. And I've been saying it, and I wonder whether I've said, look, they'll get better. They will start playing more football. They'll start playing more free-flowing football. Actually, in the last 3 games,
we've seen it.
I think we have.
So we've seen more evidence of it. Yeah,
9 from me, and I think the handbrake will come off more as the season sort of unfolds.
Okay, cool. Brady, anything to add on the Arteta review?
Yeah, I'd say 9 out of 10 as well. Picked a strong lineup. We was playing flowing football today. That's what I want to see week in, week out. It's what I've been used to for decades. And yeah, the only thing about today is that we should score more goals, but that's just a minor, especially when you're comfortable.
Yeah,
when you're comfortable, and you could just see from like the first 10 minutes we was not going to lose this game.
Yeah.
You could see that, and you just knew a goal was coming. You know what I mean? So yeah, I had no issues with the subs today. I mean, the fact that Rice and Saka would have won him off, but you know what? It's all good. They're not playing Saturday; they're playing Sunday, so it gives them an extra day. You know what I mean? So, and also, and for me, Arteta, he's still got. I mean, hopefully we'll get over the line, especially in the league. But for me, it's like he's. I never wanted him at the club in the first place. Everyone knows that. But I remember 22-23 season, I backed him. and I backed him in 20, and I backed him 23-24. Would you believe in the 23-24 season when we started that, I thought I never backed us to win the league. Would you believe I backed us to win the league in 24 at the beginning of the 24-25 season, and I was so looking forward to it. I was so looking forward to it. You know what I mean? And then I just thought myself, nah. So for me, tonight, I'll praise Arteta at any time. I feel no way in praising him when he deserves to be praised, and I'll criticise him when he deserves to be criticised. Same with the players. So he gets a 9 out of 10 tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think it's fair. I think he did really well. I think he did really well. I mean, lads, we've got a cup final on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. I mean, quickly, obviously, before we go, we're not gonna take too much of the limelight from Bobby because I know Bobby's gonna be back, obviously, before the weekend to do a preview. And as brave as as brave as I am, I'm gonna do an instant match reaction to the cup final. Win or lose, I'm gonna commit and I'm gonna do it. I mean, obviously, I can't help. As soon as we got that second goal and we looked comfortable, we looked like we was going to get through. My thoughts immediately started to think
Me
about
too.
Sunday.
Me too.
And I can
Yeah.
say that now, obviously, as we've progressed through to the next round. But as soon as that Rice goal went in and I finished celebrating, my head told me the game was done.
Yeah.
And I started thinking, wow, we've actually got a cup final. We've got a chance to win the Carabao Cup. And I know it's not the most prestigious bit of silverware, but I think it's a really important game. I think the last time Brenny, I know you're the encyclopedia. Was it 93 we last won it?
That was the last time against Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, 1993 was the
I
last
can remember
time
the
we won it.
scores as well, man.
Yeah,
it was Merson and Morrow.
I mean, how are you? I'll come to you first, Brenny. Like, just quickly, we'll just give us all like a minute or two, just to kind of look ahead. I mean, how are you feeling ahead of this cup final on Sunday? I mean, we've negotiated two really important wins here, and I mean, a cup final win on Sunday would literally just top off an absolute phenomenal week. I mean, how are you feeling ahead of this game?
I'm feeling good, but then. But then what I don't want is I'm not gonna feel good if I know Arteta will pick a strong 11, but what I don't want is I don't want him to be thinking about City, thinking about Pep. I want him to just do what he did tonight, because if he does what he did tonight, we'll beat City. City aren't as free flowing as us right now. Yeah, I mean I know they fought and lost tonight against the Real Madrid side, but you know, I just feel that as long as you see, the thing is, I think Pep as well will worry about us. I think he's worried about us, and I think it's going to be a. I don't want it to be a cat and mouse game where we go defensive, they go defensive. I just want us to go out there, that Wembley space, express yourselves, win the game. Simple.
Yeah. Dodgy.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm nervous, man. We haven't won a cup. I don't care. I don't care what cup it is. We haven't won a cup for a long time, but it's more than a cup, mate. I think we City on Sunday. We rub their face in the dirt. That then leads on to us absolutely demolishing them in the league. Their confidence is going to be down.
Yeah,
their confidence is low. You can see it.
Loss.
I was watching the game as we were on. I was sort of peering up every now and then, and I just watched a few of the reruns. Mate, Haaland looks beat. Looks beaten. Their players look beat. Don't get me wrong. They have exceptional players that can hurt us on Sunday.
They can.
Haaland can hurt you. Semenyo can hurt you.
Yeah.
Cherky can hurt you.
Yeah, they can.
Player after player after player that can come on the bench and hurt you. But I don't see it. I don't see it. I see their defense is weak.
No Gahey on Sunday.
No Gahey. So I see their defense is weak. Therefore, I see us scoring.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot for me to say, considering how forwards have been performing. But I see us scoring goals, and I don't.
Semenyo, he's cup tied. Sorry to interrupt. He's cup tied as well, isn't he, Semenyo?
I don't think
I'm
so.
sure he is. No,
I don't think he
He didn't
is.
play for Bournemouth for the League Cup.
I'm
don't
not
think
sure. You
That
know,
would be
somebody in the
something.
chat, if you know, I don't. I know there's been a lot of talk on X about Gahey being.
Oh,
captain. I
no,
don't
of course
think-
he's not.
No, he's not.
He was allowed to play, wasn't he? He was allowed to play in the
Yeah.
semis, Semenyo.
Yeah,
This
he's
new
not
silly
cup-tied.
rule, so he'll be
Yeah.
say he's not cup
But it's
tied.
Gahey. I mean, Gahey out. I mean, they bought him for a reason.
Yeah.
But I really think they're in the mud at the moment. I honestly do. I don't see them fighting back in the Premier.
Yeah.
If they're not careful, United are going to come second.
Yeah, I mean, well,
that.
United are closer to them than they are to us right
So
now.
we're all sitting here going, and all the pundits and all the rival fans and whatever, they're all sitting there going, "Oh, Arsenal better look over their shoulder." No, mate. Man City better look over their shoulders at
If you look at the Premier League table since Carrick came in, I think just based on the games that Carrick has managed, I mean, I think they've got a 6-point lead on us. I think he's gained like something like 27 points, and we've gained something like 21 points. Like, Man United are in form side, and in a way, what that does is in hindsight, it doesn't make you feel better for losing to United at home, but what it shows is that it wasn't just a flash in the pan performance.
Yeah, but
Man United are the most informed team in the league, so
but also in the back of their heads, they'd obviously still be saying, "Oh, we want to catch Arsenal," and we're looking forward. But in the back of their heads, they're also going to be going, if we're not careful, over our shoulders at this ridiculous Man United team that no one saw coming anywhere near second place.
Yeah.
And again, I think we've got to take our hats off to United and Carrick.
Yeah, definitely. Credit where credit's due. They're putting on some good performances.
But what I'm trying to get at is, I think City is in a lot more trouble than they make out, man.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I'm nervous, but I'm nervous because it's a cup final. It's a 50-50 game. Anything can happen in a cup final. I'm nervous because it's an opportunity for us to win silverware, which we haven't won in a while. I'm nervous because I honestly believe that Sunday we have a very good opportunity to put the final nail in the coffin of Manchester City.
Yeah,
they're out of Europe. The pressure's on. We're 9 points ahead, albeit they have a game in hand. I think if we turn up and we turn them over on Sunday, I think their season's done. Their season's just over. I genuinely feel like the psychological blow it will deliver will just end them for the rest. I don't even see them going on to even beating Liverpool in the FA Cup, if I'm completely honest, because Pep is rattled. I've seen Pep in a couple of his pre-match, post-match interviews. He's picked up a couple of yellow cards recently, for his antics on the touchline. He's 100% rattled. Before the result against West Ham, he said, if we drop points, we're done.
Yep.
And then what he had to do was retract his statement
that was
after the game and say, oh, no, we're going to be playing on. Man City of old, don't lose to Real Madrid 3-0. And even if they do lose to Real Madrid 3-0 at home, they put in a much better performance than that. Man City of old don't drop points against Forest, and they sure as hell don't drop points against West Ham. I mean, this is not the squad that he had when he was going toe to toe with Klopp. It's really, really not. So yeah, I'm nervous naturally ahead of what is a huge game. It's an opportunity of silverware. At the same time, I completely agree with you both. I think if we turn up, we turn them over. And I think we deliver the final blow, ahead of the kind of title running. So I just hope the boys go home tonight, enjoy the win, get some much needed rest, and then, like Brenny said, I hope that they approach the City game. I just don't want Arteta to overthink it. I don't want him to become a bit of a hermit and then go back to feeling nervous about making substitutions. This is the moment. This is the time where he's got to be brave. We've got to be brave in the way we play, in his team selection, in his substitutions, because what we're seeing is, and I hope he's seeing this, is like, you hook Saka, you get a better performance out of Madueke. You bring on Dalman, he wins you the game. We take the game to Leverkusen. We comfortably win that match. Hopefully, whatever the shift has been, I hope that the nerves of Sunday don't get the better of him. That's
Do you
my
know-
only concern, is that the nerves may get the better of him, and they also might get the better of the players. But
I
what I
wonder.
have seen in some nervy situations, and I've always questioned this team's mentality, but
Yeah.
Brighton was a high pressure game. We came through. Everton was a high pressure game. We came through. Tonight was a high pressure game. We came through. So I'm starting to see signs, not even starting, I'm seeing signs that this team is a lot mentally strong than I thought they were, which is nice to see. So I am optimistic ahead of Sunday, but naturally nervous. Any last thoughts before we wrap up the show, lads?
This last one for me, I think, you know, I wonder, when I said earlier, and I did say it, you know, earlier, when we take we look like we've taken the handbrake off.
Yeah.
And I wonder whether Arteta, as part of that, is letting them actually maybe believe now and talk about the title. Let them talk about what happens if we
This
win.
close, man. We're this close.
Yeah, what happens if we win a
Mhm.
cup game on Sunday? Imagine how we're going to feel, you know.
Mate,
And I think that could be the change in
could be.
what we're seeing. Maybe Arteta's letting them dream, letting them think that. Look, I think he's controlling it because he's Arteta, but I do think he's saying to them, guys, oi, look how close we are. There's the finish line.
This is it.
If you play
Big time.
how I know you can play,
Mhm.
we run over that finish line and
Yeah,
we win
we
the
do.
season. And that's my
We
thought.
do. Yeah. No problem. Any last words, Brenny?
No. I mean, basically, it's just you know, it's like I said earlier, it's a game that, you know, that we should be able to win. I'm not feeling nervous. I'm not feeling super confident, but I think I've said to you guys already, the last time I got really, really nervous in the game was probably when we played Parma in '94. I didn't feel nervous at all against Barcelona 2006 Champions League final, because despite their quality players, I actually thought we could beat them because we had the players to beat them. If we didn't, then I probably would have been really nervous. So yeah, I'm not feeling super confident, but I'm just thinking, if I don't want, you know, if it's a case of the two managers thinking about each other, it's going to be one boring game, and I don't want to. And then it will probably end up sticking out of penalties. I don't want that.
No.
Beat them in 90 minutes. Beat them in 90 minutes, and do something like what I know it's Wembley, but you know, like Liverpool last season when they went to City and they thought, you know what, we're just going to go.
We're going to go.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. We need to show, as champions elect. We need to show that, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and psychologically have a big say in the title race with this couple.
Absolutely. No.
Agree.
Yeah, and on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. So all I want to say is massive thank you to everybody who's tuned in, everybody who's put in the comments, even you, Alana Hodder, with your Come On City antics. I will see you at school tomorrow, yeah? One of my pupils there trying to wind me up.
Detention.
Yeah,
Detention.
I know. Tell me about it. 5 o'clock, the SLC detention tomorrow. You know?
Love it.
But yeah, all I will say is, obviously, you know, massive week. We've negotiated Everton. We've negotiated Leverkusen. Now all eyes are on Sunday. We've got Bobby will be back for obviously a cup final preview. And then obviously myself, I will be back for what will be an instant reaction. Rain, sleet, sun, whatever the result is, we will be back. Hopefully we'll be celebrating a cup final win. So yeah, from me, from Dodsey, from Brenny, from everybody here at the Football Takeover, have a lovely evening and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.